There's no hidden secret to getting into business school. While we'd all love to crack the code to admission success, the truth is that schools favor well-rounded applicants who will bring interesting perspectives, quantitative proficiency, and real depth of character into their programs. Hi, I'm Rachel Beck, and I'm here with my mbaMission colleague, Jessica Shklar, to give you 6 simple tips to help you boost your odds of admission.
I think we'll start with the most direct tip: get real. Yes, a certain school might be your all-time dream, but it might also be out of reach, and you have to know that going into the application process. We suggest to our clients to select a range of programs to apply to. Some will be reach schools where your stats might be beneath the averages. At others, you are competitive, and the last grouping would be those where you are more confident about the likelihood of acceptance. Understand, though, that the MBA admissions process is competitive, and you can't assume anything.
Jessica, I like that idea of getting real, because far too many applicants only look at the rankings and don't consider that they might not be a good fit for their programs. Taking an honest look at yourself and your experiences will help you assess where you belong and the likelihood that you could land yourself an acceptance.
I agree, Rachel. A perfect thing to follow the idea of getting real is looking hard at your academic profile. If you're targeting a school and your standardized test scores or GPA aren't even near their averages, then you know you need to do something to improve this part of your profile. Yes, the admissions committees will assess you holistically, but they can't ignore their concerns that you won't be able to handle a rigorous curriculum if your academic profile isn't up to their standards.
Well, Jessica, now the bad news. This means that you should consider retaking your tests. We know how painful it can be to suggest that, but doing so can solve a big weakness in many applicants' profiles. Or consider taking a different test. Most every MBA program accepts the GMAT and the GRE, and a growing number have started taking the executive assessment. If you can't boost your score in the GMAT after a few tries, turn to another test. Check out this video with Stacy Caprince from Manhattan Prep, which goes over the difference between the GMAT, the GRE, and the executive assessment to help you determine which might be the best test for you. With your GPA, you can't go back in time to change how you did in college, but you can build an alternate transcript by taking courses in subjects like statistics or economics, or through programs like HBS Core. The effort you put into such work will be noted by the admissions officers.
Another weak point of many applications is avoided extracurriculars. We've heard all the excuses about being too busy with work to fit in outside activities, but that won't get you far with admissions committees. The truth is that you don't need to take on huge commitments in this area. Think about what you enjoy doing. It could be drawn from something you did in high school or college and now want to resume being part of it. It could be something you do through a religious group, your undergrad university, or other things that capture your interests.
Jessica, applicants have to face the fact that most other candidates for top MBA programs will have a roster of activities. Something that a lot of applicants overlook is how you are involved at work in things outside your primary responsibilities. I've had many clients write about mentorship or more junior staff, training initiative that they've done, offering to help with interns, and volunteering to work on committees in areas like diversity and women in business. If you've taken an active role in such things, the admissions committee will see that you aren't just working on your own growth and success, but helping others too. That's just the point of your extracurriculars.
I agree. And speaking of work, I think a real problem in some applications is how career goals are framed. I'm not saying to not have big ambitions, but they need to be achievable. Admissions committees want to believe that you will have a job as you graduate, a statistic many schools like to cite. Therefore, they have to feel that your goals are attainable and not something that sounds too pie in the sky.
Yes, and I think this is a really easy place to shine. And you should also consider if the schools have placed others in your field in the past. Something very easy to see from the employment report that every school releases every year. You don't want to talk about a career path that the school in no way can support unless you have very concrete ideas how you will make it happen. You also want to recognize if the path doesn't make sense given your own background and experience. For instance, I had a client who worked previously as a chef, but wanted to pursue consulting post-MBA. that looked to be a big career jump given her background and limited quant skills. Instead, we focused her goals in her application to earn a career in consumer products marketing with a focus on food. It worked.
Our advice is, as you research the schools with your current goals in mind, you also want to think about how you can really showcase fit with each school to which you're applying. Dig into the course curriculum and think about what kinds of skills you will build from attending this school. This will then show the admissions committee that you've really considered what skills you need to build during your MBA and how the school will help you build them.
This is all about fit. And when assessing fit, I would also consider what the culture and community of the school is and how it stands out to you. Review the clubs and association that schools offer and see where you can fit in. Talk to students about how they spend their time on campus and beyond, and how students connect with each other inside and outside of the classrooms. By hearing these experiences firsthand, you'll be able to see yourself in a particular program and can more believably talk about fit in your application.
A final point in helping to boost your odds of admission is knowing how to tout yourself in the strongest light without sounding like you're bragging. All too often, applicants talk about their responsibilities at work rather than their accomplishments. If you highlight times you have taken initiative or risk, made decisions, worked with colleagues or clients, or interfaced with senior management, then they will be able to see your leadership potential easily, something that helps separate you from others.
And Jessica, accomplishments aren't just work related. In your outside activities, you might have done things that showcase leadership. Don't shy away from telling these stories too. I suggest to clients to read over every bullet on their resume and ask themselves if it sounds like a responsibility or an accomplishment. If it's the former, then I ask them how they can make it more accomplishment focused.
We hope this video helps you see how you can boost your success in the MBA application process with these simple tips. We encourage you to check out our 4-part video series called Am I a Competitive MBA Applicant?, which goes into depth on some of the topics we discussed today. If you have questions about your specific candidacy, we would be happy to speak with you via our free 30-minute consultation. We can discuss your background, talk about which schools you'd be competitive at, and can answer your initial questions about the process. Click the link below to sign up. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, if you enjoyed this video and want to get more admissions tips and application tips, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel.